To begin this lesson, open the Market Trader project from your Sample Files folder. And open quoteadmin.aspx in Design View. Now you're going to edit the Edit Item Template for the Market field in the GridView control. First, open the Quick Tasks menu of the GridView control. If you have just finished the previous lesson, the Quick Tasks menu may already be in Template Editing mode. If it isn't, click Edit Templates from the Quick Tasks menu. Now click the Display drop-down menu, and a list of possible templates is displayed. Notice the text Column 0, Market. This is a reference to the template field that you created in the previous lesson. If there was more than one template field in the GridView control, you would see Column 1, Column 2, etc. Template fields provide several different templates. The item template is the standard template that is used for each row in the GridView control. If another template is missing, this one will be used instead. The alternating item template is a template to be used for every other row. This is often used to create a striped effect by using a different background color. The Edit Item Template is the template to be used when the row is being edited. This will typically contain editable controls, such as the text box and drop-down list controls. The Header Template is the template for the heading of the column in the GridView control. If you leave this template blank, the Header Text property will be used instead. And the Footer Template is the template for the footer of the column in the GridView control. As well as the template field templates, you will notice the Empty Data Template and Pager Template options. These templates are always available, even without any template field columns. The Empty Data Template is displayed if the GridView control has no data to display, and the Pager Template is used to switch between pages of data. You would use the Pager template if you wanted to implement your own custom paging system. The template you're interested in this lesson is the Edit Item Template, so click Edit Item Template from the drop-down menu. This template allows you to customize the editing controls that will appear when the user clicks one of the GridView control's Edit buttons. Add a drop-down list control to the Edit Item Template now, and set its ID property to Drop-down List Market. When the user clicks one of the Edit buttons next to a quote record in the GridView control, this drop-down list will appear in the Market column. You are going to configure this drop-down list control to allow the user to change which market record is linked to each quote record. Next, add a Link Data Source control to the Edit Item Template. The drop-down list control will use this data source to display a list of all markets from the Market table. Set the ID property of your new link data source to Link Data Source Market. Then configure the Link Data Source control to retrieve records from the Market table sorted by market name. Configuring Link Data Source controls is covered in Session 11 of the Essential Skills course. Next, you will need to configure the drop-down list control to display the list of markets. Open the Quick Tasks menu of the drop-down list control and click Choose Data Source. Now select Link Data Source Market from the first drop-down menu. Select Market Name from the second drop-down menu. And select Market ID from the third drop-down menu if it isn't selected already. The Market ID is the primary key of the market table. You're going to use this to connect the drop-down list control to the quote record that is being edited in the GridView control. Click OK now, and your drop-down list control is now configured to retrieve the list of markets. But in order to actually update the records, it will need to be connected or bound to the quote record that is being edited. To do this, click Edit Data Bindings from the Quick Tasks menu of the drop-down list control and select Market ID from the Bound To drop-down menu. If the Bound To drop-down menu is not available, click Refresh Schema. Now examine the Code Expression text box. The code in this box is very similar to the eval expression that you used in Lesson 7-8. The eval expression simply extracts a value from the database, while the bind expression also allows the value to be updated. Click OK now, and test the page by clicking Debug, Start Debugging. If you now click Edit next to a quote record, you will see that you can now edit the Market Foreign Key field by using the drop-down list control. Because it was correctly bound to the Market ID field, it will display the current market of each record as well as allowing you to change it. Close your web browser now and close Visual Studio. You've now completed Lesson 7-9. Use the GridView Edit Item template.